Hey, Basement Boys back again. This your gracious host, Hoodie Kush. I'm just here talking about a few things. Wanted to give my thoughts on Shotty's presser. A few of the standouts at OTAs this past week or so. Just my thoughts. I mean, nothing crazy, just my thoughts. So let's dig right on in. All right. So if we're looking at Shotty's presser, right? Shotty had a lot of interesting things to say today. He really did. He spoke on people like Damone Clark, Slam Sam Williams, and a few other pieces, Kair Elam, you know, just to name a few. So let's get right into it. My thoughts on the state of the Cowboys, Shotty's presser, you know, how things are going at this point. I mean, granted, it is OTAs, right? The real action don't start until September 4th, you know. Uh, if you're an enthusiast such as myself, then the real action don't start until training camp, Oxnard, so we can hash out who's going to be the actual who's actually going to be on the depth chart, who our top guys will be. You know what I'm saying? Because Shotty is letting us know that competition is a real thing. And with competition, it's going to be some good camaraderie, which we also see just in OTAs. Um, and with that, he wants the best guys on the field. I don't blame him. I want the best guys on the field. I don't want to see mediocre play coming from my second, third, fourth, fifth wide receiver. I want everybody to be on even keel. I want everybody to understand the playbook. I want everybody to understand the scheme. I want everybody to have somewhat of the similar mentality. Go out there, hit, tackle, violence, score, stop people from scoring, stop the run, limit mistakes. And the only way we can do that is if we're all on one accord. And from what it seems like in OTAs, that's what it seems like. It seems like everyone is on one accord. Everybody understands the urgency that we have. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of urgency. I'm saying there's urgency in this. Shotty was asked, um, is it burdensome to hear about the 30-year drought, this and that and this? And Shotty said something that I would have said. Well, I mean, I'm the head coach sitting here speaking about championships, so if it was burdensome, I wouldn't be talking about it, which I respect because that brought to mind a thought. I had a conversation. I was on X last night, in a nice elongated conversation with quite a few gentlemen. My guy Nix being one of them, Eddie O. You know, and we talked about several things. One of the things being continuity, conviction, and culture. What we didn't have for the past few seasons with Mike McCarthy is conviction. Conviction then in turn turned our culture to the outside, not the Cowboys fans or whoever listens to ESPN. I don't know. I don't listen to them always. It caused turmoil throughout the entire fan base. You know, got guys split over here, split over there. Dak can go, this person can go. Micah didn't do shit. Blah 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 blah. Look, listen. As long as I draw breath, and the Cowboys keep drafting every dude that puts on the star, I rock with them, regardless. If there's things that they need to fix, it's true. They need to fix. They need to fix it. Don't rest on your morals. Don't rest on your morals. And what we didn't see from Mike McCarthy, as I was saying before, was conviction. If you take the second San Francisco playoff game into account, right, right after Tony Pollard got hurt, we saw all season that Malik Davis was more than capable of toting the rock. But when we get in the jam like that, you prefer to put Dak more in harm's way when we only have one wide receiver. Like, come on, let's think about this. Yes, Dak could have made better decisions. He could have. He could have made better decisions. I watched the game, and no one is absolved. No one, from coaching on down, no one is absolved. But he could have been in a better position if Mike McCarthy was convicted on how he wanted to call the game. And by not allowing Malik Davis to come in and tote the rock, you put the game in jeopardy. Not just you, again, Mike McCarthy, not just you, but the team as a whole had a hand in it. Let's fast forward to the Green Bay playoff game. Again, lack of conviction. Lack of conviction. We couldn't run the ball in the first quarter, so you stopped running the ball the entire game. The entire game. That's not conviction. You're playing scared. You're playing with your tail tucked between your legs because it's Green Bay, big bad Green Bay Packers. Like, they're really not that good. But you're calling the game with your tail tucked between your legs. That's not conducive to winning football, which in turn has the outside world, the ESPNs, the FS1s, talking about we have a losing culture. In order to have a winning culture, you must be convicted in what you call. You must be convicted in your game plan. You must be convicted in your personnel. You must be convicted within yourself to know that you're able to get us over the hump. So that way your players feel equally as convicted in their abilities to get us over the hump. And the problem was Mike McCarthy called soft football. And that's what we got, soft football. Well, I'm looking at Schotty, and from how I'm seeing it from the outside looking in, I see a lot of conviction. He wants to run the ball. He's convicted in running the ball. He's convicted in getting guys all on even keel. All of them, not just Dak, not just Joe Milton, not just CD, George Pickens, no, not just Tyler Guyton, not just Micah Parsons. He's literally looking at each of the guys in the eye and telling them all the same thing, expecting the same from all of them. That's what you call conviction. And if you want to establish a winning culture, you have to be convicted in the things that you do. And if you want to put the best players out there, breed competition. Competition is the way to go. There's no way that all these teams are so much better than ours, but all you hear every year is, well, Dallas is a talented team. They have talent. They have the talent. Well, in order for you to get the best out of your talent, you got to be convicted in the talent that you have. So that way you can breed a winning culture. And I think that's what's being built here. They had some of the OGs of the Star come through. And some of the OGs come through. And again, they're mirroring what I'm saying. They're liking how things are going. They're liking how it's looking. Again, OTAs, Underwear Olympics, you know what I'm saying? Just guys out there, trying to get the playbook down, trying to get a feel for one another, trying to get a feel for the coaching staff. It's a brand new coaching staff. So you can't just, I'm not saying walk into all this blindly, but if you want to breed a winning culture, it starts in the Underwear Olympics. I know it sounds horrible to say, but it's true because that's the only way you can get the best out of your guys from day one. From day one. You don't start a job day one and just start slacking ass. You're not going to have a job very long. So what do? When you walk in the door, you give them everything you got and you build on that, which leads me to my next thing, developmental. This is one, had an argument with a guy at the job today. Not much of an argument, but you could tell he's just spouting the same thing, the FS1s and the, those guys. He's spouting the same rhetoric that they're spouting. Well, you mean to tell me that's supposed to be motivation for Dak? So I asked a question. Did Tom Brady rest on his morals after his first Super Bowl? Second? Third one? Fourth, fifth, sixth? Did he rest on his morals? I don't think so. I think every year Tom Brady did something different because the game of football is ever changing. It's ever changing. you may see the same archetype with some teams. The crazy defense, but their offense is shitty, or the crazy offense, but their secondary's trash. You know what I'm saying? But it's ever changing. It's ever changing. No team is the same every year. No team. I don't care who you are. Patrick Mahomes went to 3 straight Super Bowls, right? His team wasn't the same all 3 years. There was pieces that were missing. There were pieces that were added, but it was never the same. The philosophy stayed the same. Their conviction stayed the same, but the team wasn't the same because it's ever changing. It's ever changing. So, when teams get new personnel, that means the opposing team that they're going to end up playing, when they watch their film study and this and that and that and this, there's certain subtle things that they have to change because everybody has a tell. Everybody has a tell. It's just like if LeBron James went left, he's pulling up for a jump shot. If it goes right, he's driving the lane. You knew that because that's a tell. Everybody has it. Everybody has a tell. Excuse me.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
What's wrong?
Nothing. What's going on? Live feed.
Sorry. I see it. It's a silly monkey. Oh, there's a caterpillar? Oh, wow. Sorry. You could have just texted